Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Very warm welcome to another episode of Coffee Table. Today we have invited Chairman Higher Education Commission with us, and the purpose is single-handed. We want to know what is going on at the top, how he is looking forward to pull this whole train as an engine where that might deliver something good. You know, education and health, these are two sectors which are very important, and they are rather prime for any development. Without health, you cannot study, and without education, you can have muscle power, which is very crude, but you cannot dwell or you cannot leapfrog. So we are going to ask him how, obviously in limited resources and there are constraints. Dr. Saab, very warm welcome.
Thank you.
And it's my pleasure to interview you, Dr. Mukhtar Ahmed. How you are looking forward? What is the premise?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much. Thank you for inviting me on Coffee Table. As you said rightly, that two things are very important: health and education for any nation, and especially the developing nation or underdeveloped nation like Pakistan. And we strongly believe that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with a young population, talented people, good opportunities, all kind of natural resources, 4 seasons, and you name it, whatever is required for any nation to develop. But the missing piece is the direction, proper education, and working like a team. What is the future? What is the way forward? The question, and I can just answer the higher education sector part. Big challenge. Roughly 40 million people in this age group of 17 to 23, which should be in the university system generally, basically. Not everybody is going in the university, of course, but generally, this is the age where people will prefer to be in the university system. When we started in 2002 as HEC, we used to be University Grant Commission. The tertiary education access rate was hardly 2.6%. With all these investment, we are hearing from here and there that a lot of money has been invested in higher education sector, no doubt in it. If we compare from 2002, from where we started today, we are doing pretty good as far as the financial resources or government investment is concerned. But still we are touching hardly 9%. Tertiary education access rate. This means out of 100 eligible candidates,
only 9
are getting access, 91 are still waiting. Now this is the responsibility of society, state, government, all of us, that we have to do something to get good education for our kids. I always say on publicly these things. We always approach to foreign funding agencies, donors, etc., will help us in education. Good. If we can get some help, that is welcome. But we have to remember one thing. These are our kids. The foreign donors or foreign countries, they might give you some tanks or airplane, but they are not going to teach, they are not going to get your youth educated. They might come for primary education, okay, no, good, we will help you. But tertiary education, which is going to create this nation, a nation which is vibrant and they can challenge anybody, I don't think world is going to afford to help us in this area. So we have to understand, this is our shot. We have to invest in education. And there is no other way. And the government of Pakistan, in a humble way, keeping in view the constraint or the financial constraint, they are helping us. But that is not enough. Society has to play its role. Private sector has to come forward. The philanthropists, they have to come forward. Businessmen, they have to come forward. That's a good opportunity, even if they want to do business, but provided they will quality education. Now, what are we doing and what is the way forward and what is the future in my mind, basically? There are 3 functions any university is responsible to do basically in the world, mainly 3 functions. Of course, other complementarity functions are many and it depends on the institution to institution. But one institution in any higher education sector operating, they have to perform 3 basic functions. One is imparting knowledge. Second is creation of knowledge. And third is integrating with the society.
Right.
Our universities imparting knowledge is okay. They are doing pretty good job. Though I always say that in Pakistan, we try to give good education. But the tarbiyat part is missing. That is why whatever we are facing in our society today, the intolerance issue, terrorism, and you name it, all those bad things which are happening around us, I think we are responsible educationists, and we should be fulfilling our responsibility. The second part is creation of knowledge. That has to do with the research, basically. Now, universities are meant to do basic research. There is no doubt in it. But a country like Pakistan, we cannot afford only the basic research. Our researchers need to focus on applied research also. Interdisciplinary applied research, which is going to solve the common person problem. That is the push we are pushing in our university system now. In number games, we have done pretty good job as far as the publication is concerned, as far as the number of research papers coming from Pakistan in good international journal. Alhamdulillah, we are doing better. But impact on society, impact on a common person life, which research has improved your and mine quality of life, which research has solved Pakistani local problems, or societal problems, or for the humanity. That is I'm talking about the bigger picture. So that is the push we are pushing to our university system, that now this research, and we are giving another slogan, from impact factor to impact, that your research should have some impact on humanity, on common person, on your local people, or your society as a whole, or as a country as a whole. So that is the second activity which our universities should be doing, and they are doing it basically. Third very important component is the integrated with the society. Now that is the missing piece basically. Integrating of society is you have to integrate yourself in the society in a way that, because society is looking towards somebody to give them direction, provide them solutions, guide them for the future. Universities are meant to do these basic jobs. They are responsible to create leadership of the future. They are meant, not leadership only in political sense, basically leadership of any institution, every field. Now this part we need to focus more now, because of course the production mills are there, they are producing a lot of graduate people, degrees, everything, but ultimately the bottom line is the society is asking us, what are you doing for us? So we are pushing our universities to fulfill the responsibility which has been given to them. So this is the bigger picture I'm sharing with you. Then we are trying to enable our universities that they should be ready for the changing environment. Let me give you one example. When I was a student, or when you were a student, we have a different mode of teaching, learning, a whiteboard, blackboard type of thing, or maximum in your age, maybe this overhead projection or multimedia, etc. Things are going to change, and very fast basically. The way technology is coming forward, and especially those IT-based, basically artificial intelligence type of thing. My gut feeling is it is already started in the West, but it is reaching late in this part of the world. But in next maybe 10 years time, the classroom culture will change totally. You might not find a physical teacher standing in the class. It is basically going to be the robots, they are going to be machines, they are going to teach in the classroom. Of course, human interface will be there, because the robots also need somebody to give them the direction or tell them what they are supposed to do. But things are changing, and that is why we are also pushing our academia. Like we have started this Prime Minister initiative as a laptop scheme. So this is one incentive that every student should have. At the moment,
some those tools,
so that they should be using those tools Now everybody in Pakistan, almost even the young, any school kids, they also have those smartphones within their hand, and this phone is a complete computer basically. So now we have launched a program, we call it a smart university concept, that every university, hopefully in next 2 year time, we have already launched by the way this project, that they're going to be Wi-Fi enabled environment with hotspot, students sitting in cafeteria, sitting in the lawns, sitting in library, in classroom. They don't need physical labs that they should go and download something, do surfing, get some information. They can use their iPad, laptops, mobile, anywhere sitting, and they can access to information which they require so that their learning should be improved. Second phase we are going now is the smart classroom. We have already initiated a pilot project. We will see the result, and based on that we will hopefully maybe next year or following year will launch this project for country level. The idea is that every teacher in the university, they should have their own dashboard. When they are entering in the classroom, whatever they are teaching, whatever they are talking, it should be automatically uploaded on their dashboard, and the student again going home, they can go back, retrieve it, check it, learn it, so that the learning should improve. So government is also investing on this line. We are also now investing in R&D in a way that there should be problem-based research which should solve the issues of industry, of common people. Recently, government has helped us with a project of around worth of 3 billion rupees. We have already launched that program, where we have encouraged our university that they should come up with a proposal where at least one industrial partner should be with them. We're not asking any financial contribution from industry. If they want to do it, fine, otherwise not required. But we want that industrial problem should be brought into research projects so that they should complement industry, our industry. And academia industry, they should work in tandem with each other in a way that they should be complementing each other. Industry should give problem to academia should try to solve those problems, come back, give solution to industry, and that is how it will work in the world.
Right.
So these type of initiatives are there, and we are setting up incubation center in the universities because huge population. Now government is not going to provide jobs for so many people, and they can't. So we are kind of encouraging people to go toward entrepreneurship. The slogan is, instead of looking for job, creation of jobs should be their priority. So that not only that they should do something for themselves, they should also create some job for some other people. And that is working, by the way. Our incubation center in few universities, they are giving very good result. The spin-off things are there. Now we are going to another stage. Technology parks, high-end techno parks basically. This is something new in Pakistan, but it is very common in the rest of the world. So we are setting up few technology parks in Pakistan on regional basis, so that we should also have industry, academia at one place with incubation facilities, so that young entrepreneurs should come forward, sit there, get some information. There should be mentoring for them. There should be venture capital available for them, so that there should be spin-off companies. And that is the era of innovation, knowledge economy basically, and that is how we can achieve something.
Right. So here we take a break, and after the break we are going to come to other issues which are very important. So please stay with us.
It's diverse.
It's original.
It's SDTV.
Welcome back. Dr. Saab, that's a wonderful program which you're doing, but at the university, at the campus level, there are some issues which are very disturbing. And straight away, I would bring your attention to Mardan.
Why Mardan?
I mean,
Why not
lynching.
Why not to Liaquat Medical University?
Liaquat Medical University.
Noreen Lagari.
Yeah.
Why not Safura issue?
Yeah.
Why not these?
Yes.
These are very serious issue.
Yeah.
And
I personally understand HEC has some role as a parent.
I think the parents have role. Society has a role.
It is.
Academia has a role. Everybody has its role, and we are not playing our roles. You know what? We are very good in finger pointing. We are very good to giving our responsibility to others. Yeah, this is your responsibility. No, I always say, these are our responsibilities. These are our mistakes. We have to fix it. And believe me, I am openly saying it. In Pakistan, we are just trying to put things on the carpet and doing things for photo session. These are the issues. As a nation, we have to head on address those issues. We should not manage those things. We should address those issues, and then we can solve the problem. This issue is reflecting our social value system in Pakistan. Why can anybody imagine an educated person at a university level, a Muslim,
but even a non-Muslim?
Even a non-Muslim.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but basic values are always there. They can behave like that. No way. If your system was good, if your training was good, if your education was good, from the house, you should not blame only university. We should not blame. I think I, as a parent, I'm responsible with my kid. As a school teacher is responsible. But because we are not fulfilling our responsibility, these are the consequences of this.
There's a very important thing, a holy prophet offered pardon to the prisoner of war if he going to teach 10 kids or some kids. A non-Muslim, do you think he's going to teach you Sharia or something? A non-Muslim teaching you worldly.
Let me tell you, let me share with you one thing. When I was in state for my education, we used to have different labs. And one day, 3 different professors sitting in my professor lab, and they were just discussing the religion. One was a Jewish professor, one was Christian, and I was the Muslim from Muslim. And suddenly, one professor, and he was always trying to, there are always politics in the department, and they always try to create test scoring type of thing. He asked a very blunt question: what do you think about different religion, prophets, What do you think about Dhindsa alayhi salam or Musa alayhi salam? And I thought, what should I tell them? Because I'm not a religious scholar, I'm just a basic performing Muslim, basically. I gave him a response at that. I may be naive, maybe I don't know. I asked them, if you go to the basis of any religion, whether it is a Christianity, whether it's a Jewishism, whether it's Islam, the message is almost same. Yeah. About humanity, about the basic rights, about the responsibility. They are giving the message of Creator. So I asked them, my professor name was Raja Skora. I said, Skora, why are we fighting on messenger? Let's focus on message. Answering to your question, even a non-Muslim, if he is giving a basic training on ethics and value and responsibility, I don't think he is going to say something else than a Muslim teacher.
Then you think the culture in the university need to be...
I think I always go to universities and during the convocation speeches, other speeches I gave, I always tell them, for God's sake, to my teachers, I think we can live with a weak engineer or a little less educated doctor and everything, but we cannot live if we are not a good human being. This is the responsibility of my teacher, myself, parents, and school teacher, college, university teacher, to not only educate them, but let them learn, give them proper training. What they say basically कि तालीम के साथ तरबियत ज़रूरी है. Tarbiyat part is missing basically.
Right.
That has to be taken up as serious.
HEC is initiating some program or some.
Yeah, we are doing this. We have already invited our all vice chancellors on this single agenda item. What is happening in the university? And by the way, it is not everywhere. Only few universities and in our society, everywhere in the world, we pick these. But this is a serious issue. We should have picked earlier.
You lynch a person.
Yeah.
Medical students opt to become a suicide bomber. You know what sort of...
And by the way, it is not only in Pakistan. Look at what is happening in the West. They are picking people which are very smart, engineer, educated in the university, that they're going for these type of initiative. Something is missing, something is wrong somewhere, and we, as an educationist, and we have to see what is that thing. How can a person through internet, through your WhatsApp, through Facebook, they approach you and they make you that you are willing to die?
Yeah.
This means society is not engaging our youth. Parents are not giving time to their youth. Our teachers are not properly engaging them. They think that, okay, we are giving them lecture on this technical part. Now they are in their room, whatever they do, they let them do. We should engage our youth in a positive direction, productive type of thing, constructive type of thing. And these are raw people. Raw mean raw stuff.
Clean slates.
Clean slate.
You can write anything.
Anything. And whoever will approach them first, they will write.
They will write. Their message.
Their message. And that is very dangerous.
That is opportunity as well.
Of course, and I'm saying I was coming there. This technology is an opportunity. If we are not using it properly, it is going to be threat for us, and that is what is happening. And we are understanding this thing, and we are taking up it very seriously. And I said next week we are meeting with all vice chancellors.
Right.
We have invited all public and private sector universities vice chancellors on one single agenda. Sit down together, come up with proposal. What should we do to address this issue? Because this is the very dangerous issue.
Yeah.
If this software, the youth is corrupted, we're not going to have a system.
You don't end up anywhere.
So it is now or never.
Right. So here we take another break, and after the break we'll continue our discussion and try to come up with some suggestions. Please stay with us.
It's diverse.
It's original.
It's SDTV.
Welcome again. Doctor Saab, one very thorny. The standard is very weak. I personally had been teaching in universities, both I have taught as a visiting faculty in government universities and in private. The standard is very weak. Even it has regressed.
Standard, is a relative term. What are you defining as a standard?
You are teaching a class which is a postgraduate class, and there's a basic comprehension problem, and you need to tinker your lectures often. This standard is very weak.
I will say yes and no.
Even in big university, very glamorous university. I don't want to name them.
I'm coming. One thing is very clear, nobody wants to compromise on quality, including government and HEC. We are very tough on this thing. That is why nowadays we are getting a lot of stones from different sides, including on media and everywhere, because we don't want to compromise on quality. No, zero tolerance on this issue. In education particularly, no way, no do numbers. Same time, yes, when we started, because before 2002, our universities were mainly imparting knowledge, teaching, and the standard of teaching was very good. When this creation of knowledge was injected in a way that we pushed it, that universities are also meant to go for research. Now, our problem is that we are just, if we find a window of opportunity, everybody want to rush toward that side. So instead of creating balance, everybody started pushing toward research for the sake of everything. It is a productivity allowance, it is the promotion, research is the priority. I think that went a little wrong, and the balance was
just too
skewed,
much.
basically. It was too much. The balance is important in life. Good education, teaching, good research, good integrating with the society, a balanced academic activity.
It's a tripod.
And that is what we are pushing. I can understand, and I'm getting this feedback from the employers too, that the quality of student is a question mark, because they were pushed, and they were given the impression that it is the number. You go and get 90% above marks. You go and do research and publish, and without going in depth, the basic principle type of thing. So yes, up to that level, I do agree with you. But same time, things are changing. You don't need to memorize books. My time was a memorization, testing of memory. Today, it is not like this. It is the conceptual clarity and then interpreting those things in your own way. Sometimes it is very difficult in generation gap to adjust. The old veteran like me, I say, no, whatever I have given you, you reproduce that. Today, the kids are smarter than teacher rather, because they have more access to the information on IT-based, technology-based, rather than my age people. We still have, when we are stuck, I ask my youngest daughter to help me to settle this computer, what is wrong with the computer. So these are the few balancing things we are trying, but I do agree that there are problems. I do agree that when the education has become industry, so freelancers are also jumping in there, making money within 24 hours. So that has created a problem. And we have stopped, by the way. We have asked the federal and provincial government to close down 100 plus campuses which are not performing well. We have already stopped the admission and attestation of degree of 5 to 7 universities. And we have circled them red, and if they are not going to perform well, we are going to withdraw their NOCs, and we ask them to close in operation in Pakistan. We stopped more than 80 different departments in public and private universities and good universities offering M.Phil PhD without the prerequisite requirement fulfilling. So from our side, we are twisting arm, of course, and people don't like it. In a way, not sometimes they don't appreciate it, but this is our job, we will do it. And inshallah, we are very clear. Government has given us a very clear mandate that no compromise on quality. We have to improve the standard quality. We have to improve the access and equity part, and that is what we are doing. Or inshallah, things will be improving very soon.
Toward the fag end, what is the one-liner if I ask you? You're heading, I mean, you're a key person.
I'm a facilitator.
Yeah. Sort of.
See, if we really want to address the issues of we are in Pakistan.
What you can do?
What I can do? I'm playing a part of bridge basically between government and society and institution. Whatever are the issues of institutions, I take them and go to government and get them convinced, and inshallah, I'm getting very good response. So one liner is, if we really want to see the progress in Pakistan, if we really wanted to see that my kids are and your kids are in a better position in Pakistan, we seriously need to invest in education. The solution of all problems, almost all problems, what we are facing is in proper education only. Starting from primary to higher level. We should not talk education for photo session. It should be the real education.
Yeah. Dr. Saab, thank you very much for spending time to appear in the program.
Thank you very much.
And with this, we come to the end of the program. Next time, next guest, next topic. So please keep watching our program.